Hello, coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with this transfer report. Let me that Barcelona want to make Manchester United defender Diogo Dalot as a top priority target for them in 2023, and they are reporting that contact have already been made with his agent. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then secondly, we are going to be discussing on this report that have revealed Xavi's 3 instructions to Barcelona players after reviewing the Inter Milan game. We are going to be discussing on that. So guys, before we get right into it, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barcelona have identified Manchester United defender Diogo Dalot as the top priority to reinforce the right-back position in the summer of 2023, according to reports from Sport. The Portuguese has been a Red Devil since 2018 when he was signed from FC Porto by then-manager Jose Mourinho. However, things did not work out for the right-back in the early part of his tenure at Old Trafford, as Mourinho was soon sacked and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did not favour him. Having fallen behind Aaron Wan-Bissaka in the pecking order, Dalot spent the 2020-21 season on loan at AC Milan, where he did so well. Following Solskjaer's sacking and the appointment of Ralf Rangnick as interim boss of United, the 23-year-old became the preferred option at right back and has continued to be so under new boss Erik ten Hag. Dalot has been particularly impressive this season for Manchester United, while he also caught the eye with his performances for Portugal during the recent international break. And it seems like this form has managed to catch the attention of Barcelona, who have now placed Dalot at the top of their shortlist for right-back reinforcements next summer. The Catalans had been linked with a move for the Portuguese ace last summer as well, but nothing came of it. In the end, they signed Hector Bellerin to strengthen at right back, but the former Arsenal ace is out of contract next year, along with Sergio Roberto. So a new right back will be the need of the hour for Xavi Hernandez and co, and Dalot has now jumped to the top of their priorities. The report adds that Barcelona have already made contact with his entourage to explore the possibility of a transfer. Dalot's contract with Manchester United expires next year, which would be seen as a positive thing for Barca. However, the Red Devils have an option to extend it by another year, which they might take up and tie him down until 2024. Right back is one of the positions that Barcelona definitely have to go for next summer. Of course, even though we signed Hector Bellerin deadline day this past transfer window, Xavi does not see him as a top priority. Xavi does not really, definitely was not even the top priority when Barca were scouting for new right backs this past summer. He was the third choice, we quite remember. And there have been a lot of talk in recent reports that Barca want to go for a new right back, despite the ones that they currently have. Because when we look at things critically, the contract that Hector Bellerin has, as well as Sergio Roberto, who is also playing right back for Barca, is just for 1 year. It's just for this season, right? Sergio Roberto is expected to leave Barcelona when the season comes to a close. Hector Bellerin as well is expected to leave, except things change, except Hector Bellerin performs so well, because I heard in his clause there's this, this bonus performance-based stuff like that, if he plays well, definitely his contract might be extended. But if he doesn't, or maybe now he has injury, if he's not that consistent, then Barca will not extend the contract. And that will be more important for Barca to look for a new right back. Of course, what we are getting is Xavi wants 2 new right backs next season, because there's that huge likelihood that Sergio Roberto and Hector Bellerin leave the club in the summer, which means 2 right backs. So Diogo Dalot of United have been a very good performer this time around playing for United, has catch the eye for Barca, and he has been strongly linked for Barca since the summer transfer window. Of course, Barca were pushing and pushing, but it did not go. It did not go through, because United value Diogo Dalot a lot. He's one of the best right backs now in Europe, to be honest, and I think if he succeeds to be a Barca player soon enough, I think it will be something great, because he has talent. He's so good. Diogo Dalot has catched the eye for many clubs, not just Barca, because he's doing well. He's really doing well. So this report is claiming how Barcelona want to prioritize a move for Diogo Dalot next summer because they really need a right back, and they have identified Diogo Dalot as a very, very good right back who is fit for Xavi's plans for next season onwards. So let's see what happens at the end of the day, if actually they will succeed or I don't know. So it's going to be interesting to see. Then moving on to the next story of discussion, Barcelona lost their second game of the season when they fell to a 1-0 defeat against Inter Milan in the UEFA Champions League earlier this week. While the result was influenced by some dodgy officiating on the night, Barca themselves were far from their very best and failed to impose themselves and break open Inter Milan's defense despite dominating possession, especially in the first half. As per a report from Mundo Deportivo, Barcelona manager Xavi Hernandez and his coaching staff reviewed footage from the match against Inter Milan ahead of the weekend clash against Celta Vigo. The Blaugrana will take on the Galatian outfit at Spotify Camp Nou on Sunday, following which they have two crucial encounters against Inter Milan and Real Madrid. And Xavi wants the team to be in good moment going into those contests. To that end, having reviewed the Inter Milan match, the Barcelona manager passed on 3 specific instructions on his players for them to be more effective on the field going forward. For starters, Xavi wants his Barcelona players to open up play more on attack from wide areas. He is said to have encouraged his stars to get into 1v1 duels as well. At the same time, the head coach wants his players to not always look to Dembele to do so. The Frenchman saw a lot of ball against Inter, but was not effective enough as Inter did a good job against him. Secondly, the Barcelona boss wants his players to attack free spaces with more impact and intent, as he wishes for them to take advantage of any gap left by the opposition. It is something that he expects from his wide players as well as the interior midfielders. And lastly, manager Xavi is said to have instructed his players to be brave and take more shots from outside the box, especially against teams like Inter Milan, who defend deep. In addition to these 3 points, the coaching staff also told players that it is okay to go off the script, but unpredictable and try something different against teams, that are hard to break down, as was the case versus Inter Milan. Quite interesting instructions from manager Xavi. Of course, we hope that the players implement them as he wants them to, because we need to win Inter again. If we don't win Inter this coming Wednesday, it's going to be disastrous when it comes to our hopes for qualifying for the knockout stages of this year's competition, which will be a disaster and a disgrace. Back-to-back seasons without qualifying for the round of 16 is going to be unacceptable from many Barcelona fans. So we hope that we can play well and win the game convincingly. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.